Alright, welcome to my fourth Ascendancy video. This is going to be about my current character in the Perandus Softcore League, and this is also going to be the build guide for that character. So, this character is a duelist. He has ascended to become a champion, and his primary skill is Tornado Shot. Okay, so a few things. So, what inspired me to make this build? So, I've played a physical crit Tornado Shot Ranger in Standard. Now, she has very, very good DPS, and I was considering playing a bow character as my first character this league anyway. But one of the things I know about that character is I would like her to be tankier, and all the Ranger class Ascendancy options essentially give you more DPS. If I was going to play this class with the Ranger, I would take Deadeye, which gives you more DPS. Now, because I wanted to be tankier, I was thinking, well, let's play Duelist. We'll use the champion, and because we are a champion, we get Fortitude. You have Fortify permanently, all the time, no need to be a melee, so I can get the Fortify buff as a ranged character, all the time. We also have increased Fortify, and we get attack speed and movement speed, and more Fortify effect. The other thing I've taken with it from this Ascendancy class is inspirational. So this gives you an aura that causes you and nearby allies to deal 35% increased damage and move 10% faster. This has been very useful when playing with some of my friends in parties, as well as increasing my own damage and move speed, which has been fantastic. For terms of the passive tree, we get some physical attack damage before moving through life and attack speed into the core duelist nodes. I head over into the Marauder here for some extra life and life regeneration, as well as stats and access to these accuracy nodes should I need them. Main reason for that is I want to out-regen Blood Rage, which I do. I have very high leech through Vitality Void and Spirit Void, which pretty much solve all my resource issues. I have some crit through things like King of the Hill, Lethality, as well as critical clusters like Heartseeker, some of the Ranger nodes, as well as I'm moving into the Shadow critical nodes now. This build also has a 100% arrow pierce chance. We have 40 from the tree over here, and then we have an additional 10 from a drill neck, which I got from Kadiro, who is the one of the unique mechanics of the Perandus League, which I'll talk about. And then, so that's a total of 50, and then another 50 from the buffed Pierce Gem, which I'll talk more about later. Future plans for this character, he is currently level 83. So future plans for this character, I'm going to pick up additional Frenzy charges to increase my damage output. I'm going to get Assassination here. I may pick up these bow damage nodes and get heavy draw, which will give us some pretty powerful stuns with bows. And some other options include pathing into Rampart here for increased Fortify effect. I'm not sure how much I want to do this, because a lot of it's melee damage while you have Fortify. I'm also going to very likely eventually pick up Acrobatics. I'm currently liking keeping my armor for now. And another option is to path down through these strength nodes and this nice life cluster here before picking up Iron Grip. I currently have about 230 strength, which would come out to, let's see, 2% times 22. It'll be about 45% increased damage with my current stats if I take this. Alright, so for terms of skills, my main skill is Tornado Shot, which is supported by Pierce, greater multiple projectiles, faster attacks, and physical projectile attack damage. Now, one of the really cool things that inspired me to actually use Pierce is Pierce got a significant buff. At all levels, it now gives you 50% Pierce chance, but also scales from 10% more projectile damage, gaining 1% more projectile damage per level. That more multiplier is huge. This would be 29% more damage at level 20. That's amazing. and has also lent itself to making my Tornado Shot very powerful. As you can see, without any buffs aside from auras and my Golem, I'm at 12.7k Tornado Shot DPS with GMP. That's using this OK Harbinger that I Chaos spammed and then Mastercrafted. My other support skills, Key 1, Split Arrow, Pierce, Assassin's Mark, Curse on Hit. So we have 100% Pierce chance with our Split Arrow as well as our Tornado Shot, so we get more power charges with this. This is just a Curse on Hit setup, and it has over 10k DPS. Then I have Frenzy, Faster Attacks, Blink Arrow, Added Fire, 15k unbuffed. This is not. I use this primarily to keep up my Frenzy charges in the case where I can't refresh them with Blood Rage, which is linked in my boots to increase duration. This also carries my Herald of Ash and an Enduring Cry that I don't currently use. I might use it eventually, we'll see. And then we have my Hatred and my Ice Golem sitting in sockets on my bow. And on my helmet, my helmet is currently pretty weak. I have a much better helmet in terms of stats in my stash, but I've been trying to get a good enchant on it. This one currently has Blood Rage grants 8% additional attack speed, which is fantastic, so I've been using this. This contains custom damage taken level 1s with Blind GMP Ball Lightning. So when enemies are blinded, they have a reduced chance to hit you. This just helps with that. I use a Meganords that I got from Kadiro. We have some OK rings, an OK amulet. I'm going to mastercraft this eventually, but it'll be a while before I have a stat that I really want. It'll have to be a prefix. My gloves are okay. My chest is okay. I mean, this is like day 6 of the league today, so like it's just like the first week. In terms of flasks, the new Onslaught Flat is cool. Life Flask, Quicksilver Flask, reduced duration to 4 seconds from 5 as a base. That was a change they made. We got another Life Flask here, and it's a Stibnite Flask. I love the Stibnite Flask. These things are awesome. 100% evasion rating and creates a smoke cloud on you, so that looks something like this. Enemies are blinded while in the smoke cloud, and you get bonus evasion. It's a really cool flask. That one of the coolest things only has, it only requires 30 charges. It only requires 10 charges to use, and it stores 3 uses. So this thing recharges very quickly. Alright, so let's do a little quick Dried Lake run here. And we'll get charged up so you can see the buff. The total my total DPS. So a couple more power charges to go. I have this issue in the Dried Lake where I one-shot things with the Split Arrow. Alright, so we are now charged. Our tooltip DPS is 19.75k. So if you apply... Oh, I need to talk about that Nova. Okay. So if you apply some mathematics, enemies are hit on average about 4.5 times per tornado shot if you aim correctly. So we take our tooltip, multiply by 4.5, and you get about 90,000. So my DPS is very good. Yeah, so that one last thing I need to talk about. So the enchants I have. We have 8% increased attack speed. We have 0.5% life and mana leech if you've killed in the last 4 seconds. And finally, we have attacks with Decree of Spite when hit. So you may have seen that Nova that went out. I'll go ahead and trigger this. Attack me. So you saw that that attack there. So Decree of Spite fires a Nova of 10 piercing projectiles, scales with Drill Neck, and then they leave chilled ground in their wake. So it's like a better cast when damage taken Arctic Breath. Alright, so that was a Perandus chest. So let's go ahead and open the... So this is one of the unique mechanics of this league. Let's go ahead and open it. You can see some jewelry comes out, and we have a bunch of Perandus coins. So I currently have 1,017 Perandus coins are in stacks of 1,000. There's this guy named Kadiro Perandus who will appear randomly in areas that aren't the labyrinth. He's like a master in the way he appears. He's not actually a master, so don't take that as he is a master. And he will offer you an item. It could be a unique, could be a rare. He's only offered me rare jewelry. You can also offer currency items. And there will be a listed price for some amount of coins, and you can just purchase the item from him. So I've had some pretty good buys from him, namely the drill neck and my drill neck and my Meganords were both from him. There's the Perandus chest that we opened earlier. Let's see if we can find another one here. As you can see, Dryad is a push over for this character. He's very powerful. And if I see physical reflect, you can see it chunk me a little bit there, but oftentimes what I do is I pop my Stibnite Flask to increase my evasion rating so that I have an increased chance to evade my own reflected hits, which has worked for me so far. I'm a little concerned about how my setup is going to work against Zeri because I'm not sure how I'll fare against the split phase, just simply because of the amount of reflected damage it has and the willy-nilly spray that my projectiles do. So I'm either going to devise an alternate setup to get around that, or I will talk. But I'm gonna get advice from people that have played tornado shot builds and done it Zeri with them, because I'd like to do it at Zeri this league with this character. For terms of bandit rewards, this character has gotten life from Oak, attack speed from Creighton, power charge from Alira, so he's helped all the bandits in one difficulty or another. Very weak, very weak, very weak, very weak, very weak. A lot of flat fizz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 modifiers, though, not very good, so we're going to vendor that. Weak. Weak. Why did I even pick that up? Weak and weak. This is a nice find, though.
You will be remembered.
Alright. So that's going to conclude the build guide videos. The remainder of the stream is just going to be me playing in Perandus. I'm going to be leveling up this character more. There may be a few labyrinth runs here and there, but if you've been watching, you're more than welcome to stay. And if you're just watching, that's what this is going to be. So I'm going to quickly go and we're going to update our title.